What's up, YouTube? Today's topic, I'm just gonna talk about just life in general. I'm gonna talk about my life experiences, some of it, and the things that kind of really shook me, or the things that really kind of made me think. I'm gonna talk about family betrayal. I'm also gonna talk about not being around like-minded people. I'm gonna talk about our lack of free will, possibly. I'm also gonna talk about how I view things from a spiritual perspective, and I'm also gonna give out some life advices too on if you're the things I feel like the things I've experienced in life, I could really help out a lot of people through my own experiences and through my channel. And let's get to it. And um, so I think we're gonna have an eclipse soon, or some type of retrograde coming in, probably probably like from a week or a couple weeks from now. And there's something going on astrologically, right? So and I feel like these emotions are coming to the surface, so I'm kind of grieving and just crying things out, and I realize that it unlocked memories from when I was dealing with family, and just how toxic they are, and how like narcissistic, and how like just stuck up they are, and we're like I had to cut them off and stuff like that. We're like I had to force myself to defend myself against them. So I had to cuss them out and just block all of them to contact. I don't live with them now, but but this is weird. But now I do feel a lot of anger. I do feel anger because I feel like it's not fair of what God kind of put me through. And I understand every human being, we all experience a lot of things that aren't fair. We all experience things that's injustice, and maybe it's because maybe God or the universe or our spirit wants us to have more faith, maybe to have more faith in the higher power. Or maybe it's part of this human experience, or I'm not gonna say karma, where you done something bad in the past life, so now you gotta pay for it, or like some karmic debt. I don't subscribe to that shit. I get what people are coming from, but I don't, because I feel that's bullshit. But I just feel like it's just weird. It's just weird because at times I'll look at my life and things I've experienced, and also observe other people's lives, and I'm not comparing my life towards other people, but I see a pattern where like every human being, we all experience some type of betrayal, some type of just some type of like backstabbing behavior, or where like life will kind of like force us as human beings to experience things that aren't good for us. You know what I'm saying? So it's ridiculous, man. Like it's been, oh my God, but one of the reasons why I don't regret making a YouTube channel is because I use my YouTube channel as a platform to kind of voice my thoughts, but at the same time, it is kind of a struggle for me because I don't feel comfortable being vulnerable through the fucking internet. Because the internet, where like a lot of people are watching, or they're seeing or hearing what I have to say. You know what I'm saying? So some people are comfortable with it. Me, I'm not comfortable yet. I don't feel comfortable sharing my personal information or my life experiences like that. But my goal is I'm trying to do that. So, because I feel like my life experiences can really help out a lot of people. But the thing is, me, I'm just a very private person. You know what I'm saying? I have a Scorpio moon, Virgo. I have a lot of Virgo and Scorpio placements. I don't know if that's playing a role, or maybe I just don't want to fucking share my life experience to a fucking camera. But I feel like life is continuously putting me in situations where like I've experienced certain things where I have no choice but to question like, what the fuck am I experiencing? Or like there's always a spiritual side to what the fuck I'm experiencing. And it's very frustrating, and it gets me angry. So that's one of the reasons why I even made this channel, so I could simply speak my mind on what the fuck is going on. But so I guess I'll share some life experiences. I won't get too vulnerable, but But it's just, it's fucked up, man. It's very fucked up. Where like it's been 2 years since I've been away from my family because I'm in the army, I'm in the military. But it's just like, it's just fucking ridiculous. Like why are they like why are they so against me? Like, why do they hate me so much? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not doing anything. All I'm doing is like, I'm just calling them out on the things they're doing wrong. I'm just defending myself. But they're just so mentally ill. They're just so mentally sick. It's like I can't be around them because see, it's a lot to explain. So this is why on my YouTube videos I talk about demonic possession and narcissism. Denzel Moss on his YouTube and New My Frame and other select a few YouTubers, they actually talk about spiritual warfare with the narcissist. And I know what the fuck they're talking about because I've experienced this shit myself. And what sucks is that like not too many people experience those things. And the people who do experience those things, they feel like they don't have a voice or they don't have a platform, or like it's very, but without a doubt, it's very not rare, but like there's a select few people who actually experience spiritual warfare, like within family households. We all experience spiritual warfare, but only certain people. And I don't mean in an egotistical way where like, oh no, it's not that. It's more so like certain people have spiritual experiences. I don't know why me and certain people experience spiritual warfare within family households. It's just fucking weird. This is how like, because I know what I've experienced. How they act is not human, is not natural. But what makes me more pissed off and upset is the fact that God, my higher self, or the universe would really subject me into experience those things. And what's fucked up about it is that like I'm not around like-minded people in person to where like I could really, where I don't feel comfortable talking about it. Because either they haven't experienced what I've experienced, or it's just I just don't feel fucking comfortable sharing that shit. You know what I'm saying? So again, that's one of the reasons why I even made a YouTube platform, so I could, because I can't hold all this shit. Like, so I understand there's different forms of therapy work I could do, but like there are times where like I'll talk to my therapist or certain therapy, and like at times I kind of test it out where I feel like I'm oversharing what I've experienced, and I'll just see a look in their facial expressions, and they just look so like shocked, you know what I'm saying? And then at times where like I feel like I have to tone it down or not share as much shit on what I've been through, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel kind of embarrassed, or like I don't know, man. It's just because I'm not gonna tell a therapist, oh yeah, my family has a history of laying hands on me, they've stolen clothes from me. I don't contact all of my family members. I blocked all of them. I don't talk to any of them. They have a history of verbally and physically abusing me and harming me and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And like I've dealt with a lot of narcissistic exes. I've dated a lot of narcissistic people, and you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna just go into detail and explain all this shit. I just don't feel comfortable. You guys watching this probably be like, oh, it's not a big deal, it's not even that bad, but I don't know, it's just me, man. I'm just a very like I'm a very cool, laid back, chill person. So like that's probably one of the reasons why I'm just kind of private like that. But maybe I just gotta get used to it. You know, I don't like within therapy sessions. I feel like maybe I just gotta get more comfortable with sharing my life experiences. You know, because I don't, especially when it comes to family matters and like family businesses, I don't feel comfortable expressing that shit. But I feel like I have to because it's unhealthy for me to hold all this shit in. You know, and not only that, but it's confusing or it's just traumatizing on why my family do the things they do, and it's frustrating because it's so lonely. It's because it's like I'm dealing with this shit alone, and I don't mean in a way where like, oh, I'm the only one experiencing this. No, it's not that. It's how my family acts. It's just it hits you at a core wound, you know. And I'm so pissed because I know about spirituality. I know how life works. I don't give a fuck what people say. I can see through the bullshit of life. You know, is the reason why I'm experiencing those things because I have a spiritual mission in life. You know, so it kind of fucking sucks knowing that God knows this. So God will kind of place a lot of spiritual warfare or a lot of things that I don't feel comfortable talking about, you know? It's fucked up, man. But I use that anger and aggression to motivate me to be on the right paths, to just working out, um, using that anger as fuel to do better at my career, at my job, to want more out of life, to make YouTube videos and to take care of my body and to clean my room and to just be clean and organized and to just become a better version of myself, you know. But man, this eclipse is getting intense. But so it sucks because I have a lot of pent up stuck emotions and I gotta release that shit. So unfortunately, in order for me to release all that shit, I have to cry and do a lot of grieving. And what sucks about the human experience is that God will literally force human beings to experience a lot of trauma out of their control. And now we got to heal from that shit. Then after we're done healing, we got to go through more trauma and heal and overcome that shit. And the worst part is, a healing journey, it takes so fucking long. It takes so fucking long just to do that. It doesn't, healing, crying, that shit don't happen overnight. This is why people always talk about they're on a healing journey or they're always grieving from past experiences. And then you got to deal with past life experiences. So it gets complicated. That could be a result of not doing the healing work in the past life. I'm not sure how the afterlife works. I never astral projected. I have access to my past life memories like that. You know, so it gets fucking confusing. So this is why, I personally do believe in soul contracts. I do believe in life scripts and predestined events out of our control. Whether we're meant to experience certain types of abuse or fucked up situations, just for us to experience trauma, so we go on a healing journey and overcome it at such a slow fucking pace, and just for the fuck of it, due to clear out karma or to break generational curses and all this other dumb shit, right? But yeah, it gets rough. But overall, I am proud of myself because I feel like I'm doing the right things in order for me to succeed in life, you know. I feel like I'm staying out of trouble. I'm in the military. It's been my dream to join the military so I can get out of my situation. I'm doing good. I'm making sure I'm showing up to work on time. I'm trying to stay out of trouble. I'm trying to do the best job I can, you know, to the best of my ability within my performance. I feel like I'm doing that. I feel like I'm paying my bills on time. I just feel like so I am proud of myself because, man, being in the army, being in the military, just working at a 9-to-5 job in general, especially with time speeding up, with the days accelerating, it gets hard because you just kind of forced to like stay disciplined, you know, like especially like in the military. Like if I don't decide to wake up, then I'm late to formation. I could get in trouble, or people are gonna call me like, how come I'm not in formation? Morning formation. Our formation starts around. It starts at, what time does it start? We had to be here at 6:20, but the actual formation starts at 6:30. You know, so usually I wake up around 5 to 5:30 ish. Sometimes I'll take a shower in the morning, depending on how I feel. So I'll take a shower, brush my teeth, put on my PTs, and I've been doing that shit for the past 2.5 years. You know, and so other people, it may not be a big deal because it's part of the program, you know, clocking into your job or career. But like me, I am proud of myself, even though like I'm capable of doing a lot of great things. Overall, like it's always important to give yourself a pat on the back. It's always good to, and there are times at work where I just don't feel like getting up in the morning. I just don't feel like showing up to work. I don't feel like being around people because there are times where like I have to grieve a lot. There are times where like I have so much heavy emotions stuck in my heart area, to where like, cause you know that feeling where like you just feel so like you just feel so hurt. You just feel so you're experiencing one of those nights where you're just crying all day, you're just grieving all day. You know, where you just like, man, like I don't feel like being out in the world. You know, like I know that feeling so much. Like that happens a lot. So it was hard. There are times it was very hard for me to get out of bed because I was grieving over my past breakups, especially with my twin flame connection back in 2017, the most intense spiritual connection. You know, I'm like, still to this day, I'm still grieving over that. And that happened since 2017. A lot of crying, a lot of grieving. And when you're trying to break generational curses that God will kind of put you through, when you're experiencing this, a lot of like family betrayal, and like you just don't like, you don't talk to your family because they're so like envious of you, or like you're so narcissistic, and they always have bad intentions towards you. Um, and even if they do love you, but if they're toxic, if they're like not healing, then that's gonna play out in them harming you. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like they've done so much to where like I can't keep in contact with them. You know, I just can't. It's not an egotistical thing. It's not me being overreactive. No, like they've laid hands on me. They've lied on my name. They've stolen shit from me. They kicked me out the house. They lied to the cops towards me. So it's like, it's a hostile environment. So like me having to constantly grieve with my twin flame connection, and then grieve from them of what they put me through, the things I've experienced, but like me just not having that emotional support where like I can't, because usually with people that they'll usually have like one family member or certain family members who they feel comfortable talking to. But it's like with me, like I have no one. Like I don't have any type of family members that I keep in contact with. I have no one. No one. And I even miss my two dogs. I had two pets, my two dogs. Like me, I love animals so much. Like I love my two dogs, but like I haven't seen them in like 3 years, you know. And I only have pictures of them, but that's it. But since my family's so dysfunctional and toxic, I don't even visit my family. You know what I'm saying? Unless I'm trying to get close. And I made a video about that when I had. It's a long story, but I don't. And even because last summer, the only time I visit, well, I didn't visit them, but I only went to their house. It was a 25-hour drive. The only reason why I visited there is so I could grab my personal stuff, because they kept throwing away my stuff. They threw away my personal belongings without my consent. And before I joined the military, I told my mother specifically not to throw away my stuff. I begged her. I told her not to do that. If she is going to do that, I told her, please let me know. And she never done that. So I came back to the house. That happened like 3 summers ago. Well, we were cool. So then I saw all my stuff. It was missing, all that stuff. Then I confronted her, and then she called the cops on me, and then they kicked me out of the house, and then she gave me a restraining order even though I didn't do anything. So it's fucked up, man. It fucking sucks. It really fucking sucks, man. Like when you have family members who are mentally fucked up, that shit fucking sucks, because it's like you could be the most rational, most respectable, most mentally sane person, but if you have a group of family members who are the complete opposite, who are mentally fucked up, and they're not aware that they're fucked up, and they attack you because whenever you're trying to teach them how to be fucking civilized, they're gonna use that as an attack towards them when you're not really attacking them. You're just trying to teach them right from wrong and basic fucking respect. But they're too fucking dumb to even grasp that. So they'll gang up everyone to gang up on you. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, so this is why I believe in demonic possession and spiritual attacks, because I've studied and I've observed other people's life experiences on what they've experienced that they like to share on YouTube, and they all say the same shit. Why do you think? And you guys see my community, I always send pictures and screenshots of people saying narcissists always operate from the same handbook. Every story is a fucking same, bro. Like there's always a narcissistic mother or a parental figure. It's usually the mother. They'll use their family members as flying monkeys to go against the black sheep of the family. Why is it that me and a lot of other people's story is the fucking same? And then that's when I came across Denzel Moss' channel, and even New My Frame, she talked about her, where like there are certain narcissists who are spiritually possessed. And when you have a spiritual mission, these demonic entities, they can sense that shit. So they're going to use people who are closest to you to attack you. It's usually family members. Now it gets confusing because I don't know with family members. I'm not sure. I've heard I seen a comment where like supposedly if you're the black sheep of the family, supposedly your family members were like enemies from a past life. So now they're attacking you this lifetime. I don't know what the fuck it is. Me personally, I just feel like it's generational curses. But it's just hard to explain because not too many people experience this shit. And it's one of those things where like you have to actually experience it to know what the fuck I'm talking about. But also what I've experienced is very spiritual. So not too many people are gonna get it. And or is this too much for me to explain because it's spiritual warfare. When you experience certain things in life and you can't explain this shit in detail, it's because you're too traumatized. And that deals with spiritual warfare. And this shit is a real thing that a lot of people do not grasp. Spiritual warfare, demonic entities is a real thing. I know it may sound new age. I know I might sound crazy or I don't know the fuck I'm talking about. I'm not like one of those other dumbass YouTubers who don't know what the fuck they're talking about and they're just followers and they like to mainstream new age spirituality just so they can get clout or so they can sound smart. With me, with my channel, I don't do that shit. My channel, I talk about shit that's related to my life experiences. I'm not gonna make up lies or just say some bullshit. I'm not gonna do that. I only talk about shit from my own perspectives and from my own life experiences and observations. This is why I'm not gonna get into it, but it's insane. So whatever, but this is me having to experience what my family put me through, having no type of emotional support, not being around like-minded people. And people may say, oh, but you have friends and other people at your workplace or in the military, or you just other people that love you that you can reach out. That is true, but at the same time, they're not related to you. It's hard to explain. All I'm saying is that, like, if you're watching this, if you have certain family members who you get along with, who you feel connected to, and I'm not talking about, or you two just talk here and there, or like you two are cordial, but yet you two don't know each other. Like I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about if you have close family members who like you're extremely close to, where you two talk about damn near anything, or even friends. Hold to them on tight. Nah, actually I want to say that because you don't own anyone anything, and they leave your life, fuck them, you know what I'm saying? And everyone's temporary, but I'm just saying, if you have a strong connections, don't take it for granted, because there are certain people and myself who don't have the luxury of having deep bonds or connections, or they're not around like-minded people, to where the shit they're experiencing, they can't share that shit towards anyone, you know what I'm saying? Because they don't feel connected to that person, or these people, they're not in the same wavelength as them, so they're not going to grasp it, they're not going to understand and get it, or they're just, it's hard to explain. So me going through all this, and me having to battle a lot of generational curses within trauma, within anger, within sadness, within a lot of mixed up of emotions, along with these astrological influences, me being on a healing journey since 2017ish, and try to break these generational curses while having no emotional support, and me not being around like-minded people, and being touch-starved sexually because I'm not around like women like that, because of my career field, military. Like, you're constantly busy, you're on the go, so I don't have time to be dating around like that. So me being touch-starved, not around like-minded people, and no emotional family support, and me having to deal with generational curses and spiritual warfare, and me having to heal all this shit, and me having to pick myself up, get up in the morning, and to force to deal with people, and to be around people, and to talk to people, and to perform at my job, it does take a toll on me. It does take a toll on my mental health. This is why I go to therapy. I try to use the military to help me out by booking appointments, therapy appointments, you know, that I need to be more consistent of, but they do help. It's something. They don't help, but it's something. You know, so it gets hard, man. It's a huge burden. It's definitely a huge burden. you know. Now, um, within my life, I really desire to expand my horizons. I don't like being or feeling stuck at a certain situation in life. It could be a job situation, it could be a housing situation, it could be my my mindset, my body, it could be anything. I don't like staying stagnant and I don't like feeling restricted. So that's one of the reasons that's one of the main factors that motivates me to want more out of life. That inspires me to take action so I can improve and get out the situation I'm not happy in, you know? So me having to live, and don't get me wrong, I am grateful. I do have a lot of gratitude, you know, but I'm not gonna get into that. I'm more so talking about wanting more out of life because you want to become great and the best version of yourself. Me, I desire, like a lot of people, to be financially free and to either do a job or a career or to do multiple things I enjoy that I love, along with hobbies. Nah, I'm not gonna mention the hobbies because hobbies I already know what I love and shit like that. I'm talking about finding or trying to search for a fulfilling career that I enjoy doing, and finances and my health and stuff like that. By, you know, by doing spiritual exercises, like what Chauncey Wan talks about on his YouTube channel. Like Chauncey Wan on the YouTube channel, he's teaching people the importance of fasting, of the process of becoming a breatharian and he also talks about yoga stretches, breath work, and how it creates, how like you can, the more you do stretches and breath work and fasting and become a breatharian, like he mentioned, he talks about where like you can actually release blockages within the body, energetic blockages, to where now you, I think, access certain channels within your body to where now you could like experience abundance within your life because you're improving your health pretty much. So I am trying to work on those things. Also, I'm trying to do the healing work, a lot of grieving, because I gotta release a lot of like stuck up emotions. So I won't like what's the word? I don't know. I can't find the word. But so me trying to become great and the better version of myself so I can live life the way I want to live and that I feel pleased of. It's not easy. It takes a lot of work, even being in the military. Now in the military it gets tricky because I do love it, but it takes up a lot of your time. And since you got time speeding up and the day is going by a lot faster, it's really hard for me to have time for my personal self. You know, and even when I do that, I'm always in a constant rush. You know what I'm saying? So it gets tricky. So I'm not sure if I am going to release or I'm not. I wouldn't be surprised if I do release. I do like it. The benefits are good. I feel like it takes care of me. It's definitely gave me a lot of opportunities to improve my situation. It definitely saved my life. But at the same time, I'm not sure if I should like kind of take a risk, and once my contract is done over with, should I just not go back and just expand my horizons? We'll see. I am in the process of going to like barbering colleges, so I'm gonna test out my career field to where I'm trying to become like a barber or like cutting hair. I'm gonna see how that goes. I think I have an appointment tomorrow, and they're gonna let me know if what time my classes start and all that. I'm and the cost of like classes and stuff like that. So I'm gonna test it out. If I like it, then hey, then I might do it. Obviously I am going to complete school, you know, while I am in the military. I'm trying to complete as much certificates and school as much as I can. So once I do get out, I have a backup plan, or like I have a second outlet to where I can fall back on if I feel like military life is not for me anymore, you know, or maybe I decide to enlist, maybe because I feel like I'm not ready yet to get out, you know. So who knows? Only time will tell once 2026 hits. That's when I gotta decide if I want to enlist or get out, you know. But yeah, but it definitely, time speeding up. The days going by a lot faster. It definitely is a challenge because it kind of forces me to kind of like get on my shit a lot more. Like it's forcing me to, it's not even that. Even when I am focused and and trying to become like, and not messing around, I'm still in the rush. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's hard for me to get full sleep because of time speeding up. I can sleep. It's just that it's time speeding up so fast. And whenever I take naps or I take certain breaks, the day's almost over. So now I don't have time to even work out or to focus on my YouTube channel like that, or to do some homework, you know? Whereas back then, before time wasn't speeding up, it would be possible for the average human to do those things. But now, since time is speeding up in this weird fucking timeline, it's hard to do all that shit. You know, but there are pros and cons to time speeding up. Like, one of the pros to time speeding up is that, like, you can save a lot of money, and shit like that. You know, and it forces you to kind of get off your comfort zone a lot more. You know, but yeah, but I do feel frustrated. I do feel kind of angry. I do blame God or the universe or my higher self for them not making me being around like-minded people, because I feel like I put in so much work. I feel like I deserve to be around like-minded people, but for some reason, God or the universe or my spirit is not allowing me to be around like-minded people. The only time I meet like-minded people is through the internet, and even then, I just feel like I just need to meet people who are actually at my fucking wavelength. I understand I need to put in work to even be at a certain wavelength, but it's just, this shit gets annoying. Where like, damn man, like, is there anyone that could actually relate to me? You know, like, fuck. You know, like, fuck, man. It's like, I don't know. People are always on some weird shit. They're either fake as fuck, they're either not authentic enough, or they just don't get it. They just don't get it. But my intuition is telling me, like, I'm a very understanding person. I'm very easy to understand, but I feel like I'm very intuitive. Not, I guess so, but more so like, I could tell when someone is good for me or not, in person and through the internet. Yes, I get manipulated. Yes, I do get deceived, because we're all human. But looking back at the people who manipulated me and deceived me, I always have bad vibes from these people, and I always knew there was something off about them. You know what I'm saying? But either ways, like, honestly, I just feel like God or the universe or my higher self is blocking me from meeting like-minded people. I'm not sure it's because of the things I need to experience before I need to be around like-minded people, or there's certain spiritual lessons I need to learn, or maybe because I'm on a healing journey, so I gotta learn how to clear out certain shit, or maybe spirit or God wants me to experience certain shit, like not being around like-minded people, so I can help other people if they're experiencing the same shit. You know what I'm saying? So could be a lot of possibilities, but either way, this shit is fucking annoying. And it gets annoying, especially when you have a fucking spirit or a person who hasn't even done half of the fucking healing work that I've put in, but yet they're around like-minded people at their low vibrational ass wavelength, right? But with me, I'm like the opposite. I'm putting in so much work. I'm trying to hope for the best, but I'm not meeting like-minded people. You know what I'm saying? It's weird. But it's just funny how life works. Because my theory, just like what Chauncey once said, he mentioned that like tougher spirits, stronger spirits, or people who are more spiritual, they go through more bullshit and they go through more obstacles and hardships in life. So I feel like that's what it is. I really do believe that. But yeah, but me experiencing those spiritual things to where I've experienced demonic entities. But it's weird though. Like, even though I am talking about demonic entities and my family being jackasses and shit like that, I'm aware all this shit is pre-planned. All this shit was predestined to happen. And no, I don't mean it in a victim complex where like, oh, why me? No, like, it's hard to explain. Like, I'm aware that this reality, this human experience, life is a fucking game. It's a fucking game. Everything is predestined. We do not have free will like that. I understand that shit. But I'm more so annoyed. Like, what the fuck? Like, really? Yeah, I've experienced that shit. Now what? You know what I'm saying? It's fucking stupid. Like, it's unnecessary. But maybe my spirit or my fucking dumbass soul wanted to experience that shit. I don't know what for. Again, maybe to break generational curses. Maybe so I could clear out toxic cycles. Whatever the fuck I was meant to do. Right? But it is what it is, though. But so And me knowing this, it gives me an advantage. So no matter what situation spirit will put me in that's fucked up, I always somehow manage to get through it because I have such a high awareness knowing that life is full of shit. Basically, you know? So that this is why I don't take life personally. But at the same time, I do take life seriously to where I do want to be the best version of myself and I want to become great. And me experiencing all the bullshit God puts me through, I could use that as more fuel to become even more great and to get things more done. You know what I'm saying? That's my why, you know? I'm sure you guys heard the motivational speaker Eric Thomas talk about you need a why. What's your why? And that's my why. The things I've experienced, me realizing that life is full of shit and everything's pre-planned, and all the abuse and traumatic shit that I've experienced in isolation, not being around like-minded people, and me not being around like-minded people and any type of romantic partners, me experiencing this shit along with like family abuse and other fucked up situations, and not me like-minded people, I use that as extra fuel to get out of my situation so I become the better version of myself and to get the things that I rightfully deserve, right? Whether it be like in my environment, the people, and shit like that. But what sucks in working for these jobs out of survival, because I'm more like me, like I said in my previous videos, I didn't choose to be in the military. Spirit or God, they wanted me to do that shit. As crazy as I'm, like, what I mean by that is that, like, before I enlisted, right? And I mentioned this in my videos, but fuck it, I might as well mention it now. I had no choice but to join the military because there's the area where I lived at, where I had no control over. There was no opportunity for work, so it was hard for me to get a job. And I did have a job, but I was getting like probably like 10 to 15 hours total. They weren't paying enough. It was a minimum wage bullshit mall job. There's no opportunities over there. I didn't have a car. I didn't have a place, my own place. And I was stuck and forced to be around abusive, demonically possessed, fucked up family members who would constantly harm me and shit like that. They'll kick me out the house. The cops always be involved and shit like that. So I had no choice but to join the military so I can get out of my situation and get some free college and to save up. And now here I am. Now I got a car. I'm passing my college classes. I'm going to barbering school. I'm making I have a whole YouTube channel now, so I guess that's one of the keys. I guess I'm heading towards success like that if I stay consistent with it. But if I keep trying new things. But you see where I'm getting at? Like, all this shit was basically pre-planned. I'm not saying I'm right or wrong, but I'm just saying, like, but you see how all this shit is set up? So more than likely that shit was probably pre-planned or predestined to happen. Yes, I do have the free will to make decisions and choices. Yes, I have the free will to make wrong choices and make the right choices and shit like that. I'm aware of that. But when it comes to like the place, like when it comes to like the people I'm forced to be around with, my family members, certain environments that are out of my control, the things that are out of my control, more than likely I was predestined by spirit that wanted me to experience this shit. But at the same time, so if you're experiencing these same things, you could use that to your advantage to want more out of your life, to better yourself. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I look at it. Because the mind is very powerful. Yes, the human flesh is weak and it's made out of flesh, so we're all weak. But the mind still is powerful in terms of being the human flesh. So why not use your human mind to change your perspectives, whatever it may be, to better your situation, no matter where you're at in life. You know what I'm saying? Man, like, shit, what sucks about being single too, like, if you're like an incel or like you've been single your whole life, that shit fucking sucks, because it's like you're going to experience being touch starved, because as men we crave a feminine woman touch, or whatever gender you're into. We can all agree that as human beings we crave and desire love and romantic connection. It's part of the human experience. This is why as human beings we're meant to reproduce. And reproducing involves romantic connection and physical touch and socializing. Human connection it's even scientifically proven that if human beings aren't around other human beings, especially if they're not socializing, they're always isolated and they're going to go insane. They're going to go crazy. And they can actually feel pain, like heartbreak pain of them not being around people due to isolation. They can actually feel physical pain in their hearts where it can kill them. It's scientifically proven. So knowing that scientifically, so imagine God or spirit forcing you to be fucking isolated damn near your whole life. I've damn near my whole life not been around romantic connections, either because I'm so fucking busy or it's because I have other obligations that I'm worried about, or whenever that plays a role in my life. But there are times where like I'll try to manifest a partner, but I couldn't manifest a partner or even date a woman because I either didn't have the finances, I didn't have a car to where I couldn't meet people like that, or I was placed in an environment to where it was the middle of fucking nowhere before I enlisted. And that was the case. So now once I'm listening to the military, I'm so busy and I'm in the middle of nowhere in Kansas. So like, and don't get me, I could drive to meet new people, but it's just like, yeah, fucking time spending, the days are going by a lot faster. And I'm so busy with my schedule. There are a lot of things I want to get done, such as my personal goals, my fitness goals, and my work goals, that I ain't got time to date around and meet women like that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. It's just weird how life plays out. But not only that, because like I've been trying to force to meet a woman I'm interested in, or like a romantic partner, but I've been doing that shit for such a long time. I'm like, man, fuck that. I'm not gonna force anything. Yes, obviously, if someone shows interest in me, I'll show it back, but I'm not gonna force anything because I've been doing this shit for a long ass time. You know what I'm saying? So how I look at it is, okay, if spirit is purposely blocking me from meeting like-minded people and romantic connections, I'm not gonna fucking force it. Instead, might as well, since I'm always isolated by spirit, I might as well use that shit to my advantage by bettering myself, by whether working out, focus on my health, focusing on my business, my YouTube channel, learn how to make money, and becoming better at my job, and overall become a well-performed human being, right? So that's pretty much the story of my life. That shit gets annoying, but this is how it is. The older I'm getting, the more I'm starting to learn the arts of letting go and the arts of detachment. You know what I'm saying? Even though it is validated that the things I've experienced were not fair, and that the things I've experienced is fucking annoying, and it's fucking infuriating. It's frustrating. It's not right. It's bullshit. It's fucking annoying, and it's stupid. But at the end of the day, I'm still experiencing it, so I can't do anything about it, really. I could expose it, which I'm doing right now. I expose the things I've experienced to fucking spirit on the things that spirit puts me through these fucking videos. You know, but at the most part, I still got to take action, and there's nothing I can really do about it but to focus on myself and to hopefully better my situation, so now I don't have to experience this shit as much. Some people like to call it spiritual protection. Some people may say that it's God protecting you, or like your angels, or your spirit guides, or your guardian angels protecting you from being around people. Maybe because your life mission is very important, or you have a very spiritual mission, so now you're kind of forced to be isolated or not around people like that. And that makes sense. So it makes sense on why, if you're watching this, if you're not, and even me too, like if you can't attract certain women in your life, if you're not around like-minded people, more likely is because maybe you have an important life mission and you're heavily spiritually protected. Because it makes sense too, because if you have a important life mission, a life path, then spirit will kind of lead you towards that way. So it can't make you just fuck around and just be around just the average human being, because your life mission is so important. You have an important specific spiritual mission, so they'll do whatever it takes to isolate you so you can be put into that spiritual mission, right? That's my theory. But could be true, but yeah, this shit does get annoying, because how I look at it is like, we're still human. I'm still a fucking human. I still crave romantic feminine touch. I still crave being around like-minded people. But God or spirit, they're not gonna do that. They don't give a fuck. They do not give a fuck. If you got a spiritual mission or certain tasks that you need to complete, they're going to do whatever it takes until you reach and complete those fucking tasks. You know, and I know this shit to be a fact because I've experienced this shit. I know what it's like to experience blockages to where where you can't meet like-minded people, or you can't attract a romantic partner because you have certain blockages that spirit or God is blocking you from. You know what I'm saying? And you could tell, you just gotta follow your intuition. Like, it just seems like no matter how hard you try, what you do, either an outside circumstance or internally, you just can't attract that shit. You know, whether you like with me, like I didn't have the right resources, I didn't have the car to meet like-minded people. Even the place I was at is the middle of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? So it's fucking crazy. And now that I have a car and I'm making money and I have a job, you know, I'm so fucking busy, and you got time speeding up, so I ain't got time to date around and meet like-minded people and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And even then, now that I have those things, I don't give a fuck about those things. I still do. I'm still human. I still crave those things, but I'm not gonna get out of my way to force shit like that because I got too much shit I need to do. You know what I'm saying? So this is weird, but it's a long video, but I'm probably gonna end this. I gotta get some rest for tomorrow, but yeah, also treat people with respect. Don't do people wrong, you know, because karma is a real thing. And I'm not saying this shit, oh, treat people right, treat people with respect out of fear. No, I'm not saying that. But I'm just saying, like, it's just good to have morals. It's good to have a belief system to where you don't want, like, where you treat people how you want to be treated. I love that saying so much. Like, don't be a dickhead. Don't be an asshole towards people for no reason. That's fucking stupid. And not only that, but if you do that shit, if you're constantly using people, if you're betraying people, if you're rejecting people, like, unprovoked, yeah, you're gonna get karma for that. You're gonna get reproductions. Karma is a real thing. This is why people who constantly do other people wrong, and you see narcissists, at some point in their life falls apart. It could come in any situations, but that shit always happens. And you always see people who are very kind and nice. Yes, they may get screwed over, but they always win in the end. They always end up successful. You know what I'm saying? But not only that, but it's just like, I can't explain it. It's just basic common sense. Like, why would you not treat people with respect? Why would you not treat people with dignity? Why would you not have fucking honor? Don't be a fucking disgrace. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just hard. Like, just respect people, show people love. You have a heart for a reason. You have a heart chakra. You know, you came from love. God, these higher realms is made out of source energy. It came from love. These higher realms are built on high vibrational energy, which is love energy, since love is the highest vibration. So treat people with love. I'm not saying be a pushover or a kiss ass. I'm not saying that, but you guys know what I'm talking about. If you got to defend yourself, defend yourself. You got to cuss someone out, cuss someone out. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Treat people how you want to be treated. And karma is a real thing, so watch your fucking step. I'm not saying I'm perfect, but I'm trying to give you guys advice so you guys know what to do, what not to do, pretty much. But just treat people with respect, man. It's just good to have a good heart, man, because this world needs it. You know, be righteous, be royal, and keep in mind, high value people, high value men, high value women, people with class, they treat people with respect. You see the most successful people, they're often the most happiest. They have good hearts. I'm not talking about the corrupt, famous people. No, I'm talking about people who are genuinely, like, wealthy and abundant. See a pattern where they treat people with respect and they treat people with dignity, and they're willing to help people. Maybe there's a correlation, you know. But again, treat people how you'll be treated. You don't like being around assholes. I don't. So don't act like one towards other people. You know what I'm saying? We're all connected. So how you treat others is how you treat yourself. This is why karma is a real thing. But that's all I'm gonna say. And I hope this video helps. It was kind of random, but I'm just releasing a lot of emotions, and I'm speaking my mind so I can release some thoughts. And I'm glad I did it. And have a good one, and good luck to you, and thanks for watching. Peace.